What's going on, guys? Welcome to SneakerCon. Today we have the pleasure of interviewing the one and only Mr. Tampa himself, James, aka Run the Block.
Appreciate you.
What's going on, James?
I appreciate y'all's time. As always, you already know.
Yo, it's great.
Y'all.
You know what I love about you, bro? Your energy every time that I see you. I've never not seen you not smile.
You have to love what you do, and you have to smile doing it, you know? So it's not a fake one, you know? It's just, you got to love what you do.
Yeah.
So talk to us a little bit about business and life. And
I mean, bro, we just got back from Saudi Arabia. That was absolutely insane. Just started the Whatnot journey. Whatnot has just been an eye-opening experience. It didn't know it was going to do what this did, and it's just took off.
For sure.
And that's kind of been our thing right now, just Whatnot, wholesale, and then trying to just travel around the country, buying collections, meeting new people, and things like that. So it's just the same things, but now with the Whatnot,
we need the sneaker cons for the connections, for the wholesale plugs, to buy the merch, to be able to then go home,
to be able to buy, meet up with the right people, and like you said, go buy out their collection.
For sure.
Go buy out whatever they're buying as well. So, but it's been amazing. It's been amazing. It's been a crazy last month for sure.
No, that's beautiful, man.
It's been amazing.
So I got a couple of questions, right? In 3 sentences or less, tell me why you started. But it doesn't have to. I'm not gonna hold you to 3 sentences.
To be a change, to be a change in my family. No one in my family does have the entrepreneurship qualities or like the drive to go take a risk. I'm not like a big shoe head. I'm really into the entrepreneurship of it, and I love the entrepreneurship of sneakers, which has now made me now fall in love with the shoes and now understand it more and now getting more in depth with it. Now I have the conversations that I have with my friends that got me into it. Now I can have convos with them pertaining to the shoes, you know?
I think you got to repackage the way that you tell that, right? So I used to joke all the time that sneakers were like my business suit, right? And I don't think I'm like the biggest sneaker head per se, but I am a big enthusiast of something that I love.
Correct.
Right, which is the culture. And so to be a part of the culture, you have to learn to love the culture. Don't discredit what you are.
For sure.
And so, yeah,
I understand what you're saying, for sure. I understand about that. It has made me fall in love with it. Like engulfing myself within the culture itself. Now it's more than just a business. Now it's like a life.
How did it start for you?
Got offered a partnership with a store. Took it on like a handshake, like a dumb deal, and started there and got burnt, and then started doing the wholesale venture with a different friend and made a better relationship, and now we're here.
Learn to repackage?
Yes, sir.
The softer way to spit it out is learn how not to do stuff.
It's true. I like that. I like that delivery.
I know the answer, but James, let the people know why you go so hard, bro. There's a little person out there you go hard for.
Yeah, my daughter. That's first answer right there is my daughter. Jubilee is her name.
Yeah.
I love her to death. She's my motivator, my drive. Pushes me to do things I never thought I would do, like drive to Ohio after the show.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just doing things I never thought, and then, you know, like my wife.
Of course.
And then my family as well.
Yeah.
Like I told you earlier, just trying to be a difference maker within my family, be the change, to offer them something that they're not used to. And I think shoes can do that. That's my why, though. Like I told you, Jubilee, little Juju.
Little Juju, baby, of course.
Little Juju,
of course.
you know?
How long you been selling sneakers?
6 years.
So in 6 years, you go from like, I want to be an entrepreneur to operator of a business.
Mm-hmm.
And you get to Saudi Arabia and you're wearing thobes.
Yes, sir.
What was that experience like for you over there? We all live off of stereotypes, right?
Correct. And
so what were your stereotypes that you assumed before you went out there?
That's the craziest thing. Like it's cliche to say, but I'm not like that. I'm a very open-minded person. My family, same exact thing. My family has be careful, this and that. I'm just like, no, like for what? We're all human. Like I swear to, I'm not being like cliche. That's literally how I am. I'm very open-minded. I didn't have a premeditated thought as to how it would be. I was just very open to it, and when I got there, Big H, I couldn't stop crying. Like I was just so engulfed by
couldn't stop crying
by like how happy everybody was.
You got to do a sit-down interview with some pretty important people out there, right?
Yes. And
who were they?
I know their names. I don't know like their significance. I know 2 of them are royalty. Faisal and Abdul.
Yeah.
One of them had a number 3 license plate, which is insane.
Yeah.
Even that experience was eye-opening to be able to like just a guy that sells shoes, and I was able to come to Saudi Arabia and meet not just regular people, meet people of importance, and it was
Yeah.
all because of shoes.
So in that room, there was over 100 billionaires.
Oh, I was, yeah.
You said billionaires?
Yes, with a B. With a B.
Over 100
When-
billionaires.
Going up to that room and seeing that room
Yeah,
was
it was stunning.
was insane.
It was.
Insane.
And thank you, by the way, Jay.
Yeah,
because
that was.
none of this happens without you, bro. Like, take the credit or not. I'm giving you the credit. You know what I'm saying? Because that was your plug, bro. You know what I'm saying?
It's
There,
hard
there
for
goes
me.
his humbleness. My
It's-
man never wants to take credit.
No, because
talk it.
the biggest reason why I struggle to take credit for something that I might have, it's just a suggestion,
For sure.
right?
For sure.
So it's a suggestion that is allowed to be said, or that thought to be created by people that have to buy into the
Sure.
suggestion,
Yeah.
right? And then you got to think, and a suggestion of, we should go out there, and I got some people that are great ambassadors and can handle the work. And by the way, we got a bunch of homies that are down to go. And think about the ask.
That's not a light.
That was a wild ask.
Yeah, for sure.
And
And
they were like, all right.
yo, it makes sense.
Yeah.
I'm like, holy shit, it makes sense.
Yeah.
What do you need? I'm like,
No, because, bro, at the end of the
we
day,
need all the homies to
you,
go.
you changed like 100 vendors' lives, you know, being able to get that opportunity. And because it was maybe everybody was so.
Should I ask for my cut now from the 100 vendors?
Maybe everybody
I got you, bro. I got you.
complain about
Little
sales
10%.
and complain about the BS, but the real thing was we were able to experience something, and it was able to open a lot of resellers' eyes to understand that, like I say all the time, we could do this shit just from shoes.
I see the opportunity for a lot of growth to happen with that, right? And I also see where vendors are at in their careers. And I see for some it's going to be sustainable. For some it's not going to be sustainable. For some, they got a cool trip that probably costs about 30 grand per head to be
Yeah.
out there. The biggest disconnect or the biggest room for improvement was like following the process.
Yeah. Yes.
Sure.
A lot of people
one
didn't
cutting
follow the
corners,
process.
Yeah.
No one but
The first thing I said was, don't buy anything and not itemize it out. And if you do buy something, ship it on your own dime. And so the disconnect that happened there was everybody bought from each other, and then they put it in their things, and then when it went to get shipped back out, because these things were not on your initial bill of ladings,
they're gonna want.
they want their cut.
Yeah, they need it.
Right? And so because there was so much inventory that had exchanged rooms or hands,
Literally went from just.
Yeah.
it cost more. And that lesson cost us getting paid when we were supposed to, getting what we were supposed to get
No, it was a
paid.
major hiccup. It was.
Yeah.
It was a major hiccup.
Well, yeah,
That shouldn't
it's-
have happened.
People just don't listen
For sure.
to the day.
It's not that we don't listen. I don't look at it like that. I think we didn't do enough to give people the understanding of why it had to be a certain
Makes sense.
way.
Yeah.
Tell them the why.
Yeah.
James, so 6 years in the game. You're on Whatnot now.
Yeah.
You're at all the sneaker cons. You're here. We did the Saudi trip. What's 2030 looking like for you? Where's James at in 2030?
2030.
Yo, I don't even know what the fuck I'm doing in 30 minutes.
No. So like, I know you're
yeah.
you're ahead of the game already.
Yeah.
bro.
So
like,
where do I see myself?
you've been on Whatnot 10 weeks, right?
Not even 4 weeks.
A month.
Yeah.
And you're at 11,000 followers.
Yeah.
That speaks volumes, bro.
Oh yeah, it's doing things, but
See, so I know you're already looking
I'm
for the
already
next thing.
yeah, for sure. I mean, where do I see what it's already is, like the run the block being the operation that it is, but more in tune, like more
Okay.
like a fine machine, right? You get what I'm saying? Like
Sure.
you have the whatnot flowing, then you have the wholesale flowing, then maybe you have B2C as well flowing, you know, like the business to clientele
Of course.
flowing.
Absolutely.
But where do I see myself? I want to be out in different ventures. I want my hands touching multiple things.
So
not
just multiple streams of
Correct,
income.
correct. I
Okay.
want to perfect what I can perfect first,
For
and
sure.
then to the next thing.
No, I
but,
love
but
that.
but I can't. You can't let go of the past. You know, you can't let go of it either.
No.
You have to always keep your hand on it.
Absolutely.
Always keep your hand on it. So as long as I don't overextend myself,
You know, it's funny you say that because me and Jay were just talking, and I'm like, I'm getting older, bro. I'm tapping almost 50. And I've been rolling with SneakerCon for almost 14 years, and I get it, bro. But I don't know how to let this go. I love this community, bro.
No, yeah.
Everybody 90% of the contacts in my phone came from SneakerCon, bro.
Literally.
You know what I'm saying? And it's just, I don't know Jay if there's no sneaker con. I don't know you if there's no
For
sneaker
real,
con.
for real.
I don't know Joe. I don't know everybody around me right now, bro.
It literally, you can meet people and you can meet friends for life.
Right. I love this, bro. I love this, man. And bro, your energy, bro. Your energy is
man,
everything, bro.
appreciate that. Like I said, I just like to keep a smile on my face, whether anything is going on or it is or it isn't, because you never know who you run into.
Absolutely.
You never know what kind of energy you provide to somebody. If I could be great energy and a good person, they can gravitate towards me.
Yes, sir. I agree with
If-
that.
You had to go back and talk to your younger self 6 years ago, and you have a moment like there's doubt, right? Every creator, every creative, every operator, every entrepreneur has that moment of like make or break, stop, go. What would you tell yourself to apply more pressure or to keep going? Now knowing what you know and looking back, like what would you say to that young man or to that person?
I would tell myself like trust less,
Trust less.
Ooh.
because
Why?
because I've been burned a lot of times.
Yeah, makes sense.
By
But let me ask you a question. Were you burned because the other person conducted bad business?
I trusted
Or-
too much. I trusted too
That's
much.
why.
Or you didn't put the proper boundaries or
Correct.
rules or regulations?
Correct. Yeah, I let trust take over I left me being too easygoing, let it take over my decision making, and learned a very hefty mistake from it. So I just think from there it's just I guess just more or less like
What was that mistake?
partnered with a store. You know the store that I used to be with, Vault 813. Partnered with him on a handshake deal, just on some dumb stuff, and devoted my time, my family, lost my job for it. Almost lost my marriage for it. Did everything I could for that company, and then the year hit. Was like, hey, we're supposed to get paid. This is when we said, this is when the money's supposed to start being paid. I'm juggling as much as I can, bro.
Yeah.
I can't do everything. And then he wanted to say like, we're gonna wait longer, pretty much, to get paid. And I'm just like, all right, well, buy me out. Just buy me out. You know, you said you're gonna give me 20%. We generated like $5 million that year, so I was like, give me like 100,000. Seems doable, and yeah. Needless to say, he turned around, only offered me $10,000, and it still hasn't paid me to this day.
All right,
for
so
that.
tough one to swallow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is.
It was, because at that point I deemed him almost like a best friend because of like how our interactions. It was a friendship first, and then it became business. And so he was involved in how I proposed to my wife. He was involved in a lot of things within my life. And so to have that happen, it was an eye-opening experience. And don't get me wrong, I'm still the same James. I try to be more mindful and more thoughtful about my decision making within the process versus just going. You know what I mean?
Nah, you're always gonna be going.
Yeah. It's hard.
Yeah,
It's hard to
for
stop
sure.
it, but I try, man. I try to get in front of it as much as I can. Because even my wife says, slow down,
Pump the brakes.
Yeah, pump the brakes. And I'm just like, no, I can't.
No,
I
no,
can't.
no.
I can't.
When your
pump
foot is on the
brakes.
gas as an entrepreneur, it's hard. It's hard to let go.
So
It is.
I know that people look at me like the guy that knows everything, but I don't, right? I can only speak from experiences. And we have a similar story in a sense with some of what you went through, right? And at the end of the day, the number doesn't matter. The pain is the same regardless of what the number
Doesn't
is,
matter
right?
about the number at all.
Only way you're going to be able to function going forward and be a better person for the people that you're trying to like set these examples, because I know that people are looking at you and wanting to be you or wanting to do what they think you're doing.
Correct.
Right? You have to accept that happened because you didn't do what you were
No.
supposed to logistically.
For sure.
Right? And so the second that you take ownership of it, it's a little bit easier to forgive what the other person didn't provide. That happened when you more than likely most needed it.
Correct.
But because you walk in faith and because you are giving it like you're on some higher power shit, you're allotted or allowed to have other opportunities that are allowing you to provide and make up.
Sure.
One door closes, another one opens. It's just that simple.
Don't look at it
agree.
that way.
I agree, though. I
If
agree.
you don't buy that mindset, you're permanently, that scar is gonna eat at you to the point where you're gonna break down.
Yeah, man, it was tough. That exact thing that you said, it was. I want to say like the first year, man. After that happened, You know, I started the business, but I just couldn't let it go. I couldn't let it go for the life of me, and I was just beating myself up. Like, why am I so fucking stupid?
Sound familiar?
You know, why am I so fucking
Yeah,
stupid?
it does.
But like you said, take the accountability, understand where you messed up, but you hold yourself accountable for it, so then you can also cover those bases on the next one. But like you said, though, one door closes, another one opens. It's
Sure.
just that simple, and the next door that opens is going to be way bigger
You
than the door I
lost.
closed.
You lost 100 grand and make 10 million. Now
Yeah.
the question you gotta ask yourself is, how long is it gonna take me to make the 10 million? Right? And so if you make a game plan, you'll kind of be able to see how much time from today to
Yeah,
10
you
million.
track it out. You track it out.
For you to touch 10 million, how far out are you?
Like on a yearly basis,
Yeah.
per year, I am 4 million away.
4 million away, that to me sounds like you're another 15 to 18 months away, right? So 15 to 18 months to add layers to generate an extra 4 million. Now the flip is, how do you do it in 7 months?
Yeah, no,
Yeah, of course.
No, that's-
of
and that's
course.
the-
And then you're gonna come back and say, yo, Jay, I did it in fucking 5.
but that's what the entrepreneurship, like that's our mindset,
yeah,
the
for
mindset,
sure.
the mind frame.
We're
Because
delusional.
We're exactly
Yeah.
delusional. But we naturally do this in anything we touch. So like, it doesn't matter what we're doing. We think of it the same exact way. It's just
Yeah.
like you said, that we're fucking delusional. It's the truth, though. It's the truth. 1,000% the truth.
Some of us are delusional, and I hate to fucking make it so like table like this, but I'm only throwing this because I'm also throwing it over there, right? Some of us have accepted that we're delusional, and some of us keep fighting it,
Oh, I know
and
it.
then tell you they don't want to do what they're fucking great at.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
know I'm delusional, but I got a fucking huge heart, bro.
Yep.
I have a huge heart, bro.
Oh,
You know what
bro.
happens to people with huge hearts? We end up fucked.
Yep. Right.
I'm touched by the hand of God, bro. I'm
Nah,
doing
for
it
sure,
okay.
for sure.
Even
But
on a-
we've been
yo,
around some real
even-
shitty people, bro.
Yeah.
Listen to me, but even on our worst days, motherfuckers would be dying to have our
Yeah.
worst days.
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah,
bro.
for sure.
That's literally.
You're right
what keeps me-
about that.
That's what keeps me smiling.
You're right about
That's what
that.
You
keeps
wrote it
smiling.
down on a piece of paper. You're great, you're good, you're bad, you're ugly. And then put it on a piece of paper and handed that shit to everybody in the room. More than half the room would say, yeah, fuck it, I'll take that.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And
Agreed.
then when you put it in that perspective, how many people would be thankful to have what I got going on, even though I got these hardships?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Then you calm down and you're like, oh, wait a minute, okay, that's cool. And nothing's as pretty as it's supposed to be. Like, here's a great example. Look at that car. Yo, my man. Yo, can you do me a favor? Just for a thesis that I'm talking about right now. Can you just put every shoe that you just got on those? Can you just put those lefts here real quick? I'm pop-up books. I'm like pop-up book.
Some shit.
All right. If you sold every one of these shoes, how much money is this? If you sold every one of these shoes,
Ouch.
I'm not gonna hold you to like an actual number, but like ballpark, a gorilla math. 180,000 and two.
This is a small Florida home.
Yeah, literally.
I'm gonna explain the lesson here now. All right. So, would you want these shoes
No.
in your? You wouldn't want these shoes in your collection, in your inventory to sell?
No. I
No?
don't sell these type of shoes.
Most people would say, yes. I'm giving you these shoes.
Oh, if given, yeah, take them all day.
Giving
Of
you
course.
these shoes.
Given,
180,000,
yeah.
200,000.
Given,
Right, of
given,
course.
You take them, right?
Yes. 1,000%.
But he's not keeping them though. He's flipping
No,
them.
it's not.
Yeah. He's gonna turn that
The
180 into a quarter
presentation,
mil.
and this is like, no, this is what I'm trying to tell you back about what I was saying. Thank you guys for this. And I'll explain
Shout
it in
out.
a second.
Appreciate you guys.
Every single person in the room would be happy to have these.
Yeah, for sure.
Right? $200,000 worth of shoes.
Yeah.
Here's what I'm talking about that no one sees. Everything has, if you have the right lenses on, you can see the cracks.
Right.
Is that the presentation that you should see for $200,000?
Absolutely
worth
not.
of shoes?
No. Not in a little cart. No.
Devalued it,
Yeah. Yeah.
but no
makes
one
you,
cares.
makes you think
Right.
less of it, but I understand what you're saying.
You get my point?
For sure.
I understand 1,000%.
So again, when you're talking about, I don't want to do this, I don't want to do that, motherfuckers would die to have that.
Yeah.
Literally.
$200,000 worth of shoes and it's a $20 fucking visual.
Yeah, yeah,
But they're only thinking about the margin
Yeah.
and what they could make, and they're not providing the additional layers that make it easier to sell and move units.
James, we've been doing this for a minute now.
Yeah, we have been.
If you had to tell some little 15-year-old kid that's watching this right now, man, this is inspiring. I want to get into that game. What would you tell them?
Do it. Don't even waste time. Just don't question it. Entrepreneurship is I would say just the way to go. Trust yourself, believe in yourself, have confidence in yourself, and just don't bet on nothing but yourself.
Where can I find you? Where can I support?
Run the Block 813 on all platforms. Run the Block, RUNTHEBLOCK 813 on every single platform you could think of.
Seems like the microphone is running the block.
Doesn't change. You could follow me on all platforms.
My
and I appreciate
microphone is like, yo,
it. Just like keeps on going away.
what was the wrap it up, B?
Wrap it up.
Yeah,
wrap it up.
Let's
Let's go.
Fucking Dave
Yeah, Run the
Chappelle.
Block 813. Follow me on all
Wrap it
platforms.
up, B.
That's it.
Tap in.
James,
Appreciate
love
you.
brother.
Yeah, I love you too, man.
Of course,
Appreciate
bro.
your time.
Yes, sir.
JC, always appreciate your time. Love always.